away here to Cincinnati. So Mount St. Mary's are in the white. They'll be going from right to left here to start off this game. Cincinnati in the red, and you see the iconic Cincinnati font for both their name and the numbers. They'll be going from left to right. Against Devin Cherry for Cincinnati, and Brooke Molchanoff will take things in stride, and Mount St. Mary's get the first offensive possession of this game.
Super important for the Mountaineers. Can't let the Bearcats get the ball early. Mount has been very efficient on offense this season.
Indeed, Mount St. Mary's on the offensive end. You've certainly seen it.
Just how the Mountaineers drew it up. Solano right up the middle. Great goal to start the game.
It is those cuts by Mount St. Mary's. Here's another look at that. Salerno with a stupendous finish. They lost 9-7 to Virginia Tech and 8-7 to Bucknell. Flag is up as Salerno rotates to the top. That will force play to be halted. Just about 90 seconds in.
The Mount is just so
Score.
Great stop there by Cincinnati. Can't go down by 2 goals this early, and like they always say, ball don't lie. I think that might have been a crease violation. Maybe she wasn't pushed.
They're going to give this to Alexis Rich, one of the starting defenders. Senior out of North Brunswick, New Jersey.
It's going to be important for this Mount offense. Speed kills. It's great to have someone that can give you good opportunities like they have now.
Man, that's always been a really nice part of Molly Molchanoff's game, too. But this team, fairly good on clearances because you can just give it to her and she'll run beyond everybody.
Exactly. Tough to stop.
Yeah. Oh. And after the hit, she'll continue going. So that's Cameron Callahan, number 4. Watch out for her. She's got the speed. It's just a little too tall for her. As that looks to roll almost out. It is saved on the opposite end. And so Cincinnati, 3 goals exchanged within the first 5 minutes of this one. Well, we just talked about Cincinnati in their last game. They beat Wofford 18-4. And they've been really brilliant as of late, really since the end of February. Today, as it's kind of been that theme to this entire early part of the season, and certainly up here in this town of Emmitsburg. That's a pretty far one off the draw. And still a dash for it. And Cincinnati are going to pick this up. Nobody was really freshman who's coming off of a 5-assist game against Wofford. She goes and shoots. Camille Thomas had a say. Molly Molchanoff sets it comfortably back into the crease.
Great save there by Thomas. We saw her almost save that first goal. She's been so good this year.
Bearcat goal scored by number 5.
Goes to Allie Keith, the sophomore, somewhat being welcomed back to her old stomping grounds. Went to school about an hour and a half from here over at Archbishop Spalding. Some very impressive speed. So now Mount St. Mary's on offense. Anna McQuay trying to direct some traffic. She nearly scored the 3rd goal of the game for the Mount moments ago. Harmoning feels the contact. It's Allie Keith who's denying her. Shannon McTavish, who started this game, playing in her 4th this season. She did appear in the last game against Old Dominion. That was her first game since that snowy Lafayette game. The 2nd matchup of the season. Harmonings immediately met. Cincinnati are defending awfully well right now. Goal of the season against Old Dominion. Molchanoff for Salerno. Haspert. Furlong again. Now they're passing it around very well, and it's thrown away from Brooke Molchanoff. Cincinnati have it with 10. This is Lexi Wolf, looks into the center for Selhorn, and the pass was too high for her to gather. And that should just about conclude quarter 1. And indeed it does. Oh, a little bit of fireworks going end-to-end. A couple of looks this season, but she struggled to find the back of the goal in these last few games, and Peyton Sims has. This one down on the ground, and it's scooped up by LaRuffa. Oh, that sophomore last season. Now away goes Nelson. Well done by Sims. And she is in. Mount St. Mary's today, John, have cleared very well. They are a perfect 9 for 9 today.
By Mackie Fick. I don't think we'll see that again. Great goal by Counts there, taking advantage of an opportunity that was pretty much handed to her.
It's now her 8th goal this season. She played in just 5 last year. Had 2 goals, and including her first
team. I feel like it's not often that a coach is able to win the revenge matchup. You see it a lot in other sports too. Nick Saban, I know, almost undefeated against his former assistant. So we got to see if that trends hold here.
So go way of Cincinnati right off of the here in her last 3 games. She has 4 goals, and it's beginning to click on the offensive end for her, even though it's clicked on every sort of aspect for her, certainly this year, but in her career.
Yeah, and it's great to see her contributing here, an hour north of her hometown. Homecoming game is leading to some great player is immediately right there meeting them, not allowing them to get any sort of space, whether it's to pass or shoot.
Here comes Harmoning, and saving it is Darko. It was just poked out of her stick by Furlong, but Darko claimed home since. What a pickup she has been here these last few seasons. A card is out of the pocket for Molly Molchanoff. Sounds to be a yellow card to Molchanoff, so that is a 2-minute penalty. So in just one of her first inclusions of this game, she's finding the goal. And it's back for the draw. Devin Cherry has been good so far. 7 draw control wins overall for Cincinnati. Keels and Wolf both have 2 in their own right. Methodical offense for this Mount side. And really this season you've been able to see a lot of that. These last few games, though, haven't been able to get into double figures. That last game was February 26th at Robert Morris, where they had 13 goals. They needed that save, but they also needed that clearance. Paige Selhorn takes it over herself.
Molchanoff tried to do it herself there. Probably could have looked elsewhere, but doesn't matter. Cincinnati comes up empty-handed off the opportunity a mile.
.242 left in this second quarter. And Mount St. Mary's, who had started off this game very well, leading 2-0, are now in a pretty big hole. The Cincinnati team who has been a really big culprit of everything going on today. 3 assists. 90 seconds to go. Still 40 on this shot clock. Looking for the turn is Counts, who has a goal. Lost for a second by Selhorn. She's back to it. So she will trot off. And so Cincinnati have 10 seconds to go at goal. However, just one down this weekend and at Arizona State right after. And right out of the gate, Julie Rose with a goal. That's her second of the game, and it's 10-3.
Right out of the gate, like you just said, coming straight out of the locker room, pretty much walked over there.
Callahan felt the contact high as she tried to slither through. Should be her free position. Just a little over a minute into this third quarter. Now Callahan with a goal today. as well as an assist. Another thing about Darko, she's made some saves up top. She's been able to rise to the occasion. Bearcats on offense again. This is Julie Rose. Getting the most starts in her career here now this season. Hot stoppers back there. And Camille Thomas has been the answer this season. Now in her 8th start. She's got 8 saves in this game today. Salerno directing some traffic, and off the Mountaineers go again. They are death. She goes and she scores. Anna Salerno with a brace. It's 11-4.
Mountaineer goal scored.
Great work by Salerno there. 17th goal of the season, 2nd of the game. That's what her team needs.
Brooke Molchanoff's got nowhere to go. Kept it a straitjacket. 35 seconds to shoot. The patience of the Mount offense, but just can't get inside the 8 here. Now Salerno's going to take a chance. She saw her opening, and Brooke Molchanoff is surrounded by 2 red shirts. Harmoning squeezes through. Now Allingham looks to dip down for a Furlong, and a save by Darko. Not only was that a save of a shot, but it was a save of some significant momentum. Really just changes a little bit of this dynamic, certainly for Cincinnati and the teams that they're playing, but now this entire college lacrosse landscape not only maybe opens the door for some other future Big 12 teams to join. Long calm before the storm here. And they'll grant this towards Cincinnati. A little under 5 left in the 3rd quarter. It's thrown on deep here for Allie, or for Paige Selhorn. Oh, turned nice. Defense these last few seasons. Started every game this year. 10 ground balls, 7 caused turnovers. Matches up well. Looking for a way through on the right side is Ottensmeyer. Got a hat trick today. 2:45 to go.
Of Sheehan.
Sibling based here, some of these players on this women's lacrosse team. Allingham in the center. Darko, she's been able to stop quite a few excellent chances.
Great job by Darko there.
Cincinnati.
With a lot of speed, you're going to mess up a lot. It's just a matter of whether the good outweighs the bad, and so far this season, I would say it has for the Bearcats.
Today, they've turned it over 14. This is Baird. Goes down to her knees here as she feels the contact. And just like that, Morgan Baird staring in the eyes of what could be her first collegiate goal. Just her 3rd appearance this season.
It's a great
fired at her own goal.
I think they should give Rich a goal on the stat sheet for that. Found the back of the net all the same. We don't have to mention who it was for.
So they're giving it to McQuaid. It's now Federaka. Baird. Quickly tossed in. Salerno somehow found it. And she scored. They're down by 3 now. Really looks for out of an offensive player. Fastest player in program history to reach 100 goals was the American Freshman of the Year. It's coming off of the first team selection last year. Molly Molchanoff really hasn't been touched here. It was Furlong, saw Allingham. It's a dash for it here. Salerno dealing with Keith. McQuay helped things out. Harmoning's got it, 15 seconds. Baird with 10. They got to really hustle here. Furlong fakes the. Let's say for Thomas on Ottensmeyer, who has not scored in this second half. Indeed, now again, still not over, but now the mountain is much taller for the Mountaineers. Almost 5 minutes to go. Here's McTavish, and she's getting that. Selhorn back to it. Nearly found the stick of Ottensmeyer, and here comes Madison Harmoning, just trying to keep things low and away. Tried to split through 3 players. Kept it, found the safe pass, and it's clear. Logan Cook in her strength has mustered through. They're asking the questions right here, right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, in this situation, I would certainly rather be a Cincinnati Bearcat than a Mount St. Mary's Mountaineer, but the door is not closed for Mount St. Mary's.
It's a really good effort for 3 of her own. And it's her 3 goals out of the difference maker right now. And one that maybe, and you can't fully put Mount St. Mary's out of this, but maybe just about sealed this one.
Really did a good job of not letting things get to them. Mountaineers were really making quite a run, and some players could have let that get to them, get in their head, sort of start to tighten up a little bit, but the Bearcats did a great job. Even though the offense wasn't there like it was in the first half, they did everything they needed to do to come away with the